it's cool. The spring game's always fun, and the good news is that nobody really loses. That there is no actual loss. There's no stress, no pressure. Just go out there, have fun, be loose, throw the ball a ton. So that's always fun.
So who wins the battle every time?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because usually, we usually play for, one team. The winner gets the good dinner. The loser gets the bad dinner. That's the thing. We have a team dinner on Monday. But I don't know how they're going to do it, because normally someone's got to eat the bad food, someone's got to eat the good food. So maybe everyone will get to eat the good food. Or all the bad food. I'm hoping it's the opposite.
What's the good food, the bad food?
It's steak and lobster, and then the bad food is beanies and wings. And nobody want that.
Your comfortability, man, just the spring and some of the stuff you showed out there. How'd you feel about the spring as a whole in this game in particular?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good spring. The spring game is always a little bit different because, it's very vanilla, both sides of the ball. Defense, offense, it's going to be a lot of, your basic plays. Obviously, we don't want to show too much, on TV. But no, it's a chance for guys to go out there, especially the younger guys that, just came in and some transfers to go out there and make some plays, see what they can do. So it's always a good time, spring gamers.
You can't replicate live bullets, but take me through that lot, just that last drive, having to come from behind, just kind of the mental.
Yeah, just never give up. That's one of the mottos that we have here at Georgia. Have that mental toughness to keep going, have the composure to keep going. Obviously, it's a spring game, so it's not, there's no pressure. You're just going out there, you're playing. But if you can go out there and simulate and replicate that during the game, it's good practice.
Number one quarterback isn't always.
What's the view of that touchdown?
You said what?
Your view of that.
Oh, I can't believe he caught it. That was crazy. I'm gonna have to see a replay on it. I threw it and the wind took it a little bit up. I was trying to throw back shoulder. The wind took it and somehow he reached around and grabbed it. But I'm glad he made the play. Nice little touchdown.
You guys lose some guys, obviously, to the draft. But how do you guys think about the guys you got reloading this year and some of these new guys that you got?
Yeah, every year, we're always going to produce and, put out that product that, Georgia builds. We're always going to have guys go to the draft and leave. But that's why, we recruit so well. We have plenty of guys that are going to come in and be able to contribute immediately. And I'm super excited about that. We'll start to get to work more throughout the summer and then into fall.
First string guys are not always on the field in the fourth quarter of spring games. Was that discussed on the sideline? Was that because of the game flow?
Yeah, it's a spring game. Everybody gets reps. See what people can do. We're out there to have a fun time playing in front of the fans, get a chance to play in Stanford. We don't get to do that all the time, but get guys out there, let them get reps, see what they can do.
Obviously, you got a new guy snapping in the ball this season. What has it been like connecting with Jared, being on the same page with him, and just communicating with him during the game?
Yeah, obviously super excited to see what he's going to do as we get through the summer and then end up getting to fall and start playing games. Super athletic, very smart. Our relationship is continuing to grow. The chemistry there is obviously super important. The relationship between center and quarterback. So excited to see what he's able to do as the season comes.
How would you assess Gunner's performance today?
I thought he did well. I didn't really watch the other side too much. There was one. I think the first play he had, they threw a shot play, and I'm sitting there, screaming for Gunner, talking about you know what I'm saying. But he wasn't on my team, so I quick stopped acting. All the defense was mad at me and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I thought he had a good day.
How'd you feel like you played today, Carson?
It was mediocre. It was all right. A few mistakes, which is fine. Trying to do some extra things, maybe trying to force the ball to a few different guys, maybe not making the right reads in certain situations. But overall this spring, I think, offense, defense, special teams, all sides of the ball. We had a really good spring. We got a lot of work in, and obviously super excited to continue as we go to the summer and fall of, what we're going to be capable of.
Carson, how much chemistry you think was built with you and the new receivers this spring?
I think a lot was. I think where the chemistry really gets built is, over the summer when we're in here, working out and without the coaches. What can we do, when coaches aren't there, when the coaches' eyes aren't there? Are we going to come in on the weekend? Are we going to get, reps? Are we going to watch film? Or are they going to understand what I want them to do and vice versa? So, yeah, I think that chemistry will continue to build.
Can you kind of explain what those summer workouts are going to be? I know you're going to be kind of handling that, kind of getting everybody kind of organized. What would that look like this summer?
Yeah, we get to work in the summer. It's tough, and that's how, that's what we do. That's how we like it at Georgia. It's going to be hard, and we're going to get to work, and, that's why we produce the product we do on Saturdays.
Kirby said at halftime he thought this was maybe the most spirited scrimmage this spring for the defense. You had some pressure, some deflections. Did you see maybe more spirit, like you said, from that?
Yeah, I mean, they played really hard, and they've been playing pretty well all spring. I thought it's been pretty even as far as both sides of the ball and getting work, and that's what you're going to get at Georgia. You're going to play against a good defense, you're going to play against a good offense, and I think that's why we're able to do so well when we do get to the season and play on Saturday, because each and every day we're playing against one of the best defenses and offenses in practice, which sometimes isn't fun.
Would you say this is the toughest opponent you're going to play all year?
I mean, I think so. And seriously, and in all seriousness, it's tough to come out here and practice against our defense and vice versa for them to practice against us, because there is so much talent on the field and the scheme is so deep. There's so much stuff to prepare for each and every day of practice. So it's challenging, but it's going to make both sides of the ball even better.
Through spring practice and today's scrimmage, what do you feel like is the biggest thing you learned about this group you got?
I think we got a lot of guys that are hungry. There's a lot of guys out there that maybe haven't gotten to their full potential yet, that haven't gotten to where they want to reach, and there's a lot of hungry guys that want to work. They want to be physical, and then that's our brand of ball at Georgia. They want to be physical. We're going to run the ball, pass the ball, stop the run, stop the pass, and obviously we want to win. So super excited to start getting to work with these guys over the summer and into next season.
Carson, what kind of day do you think you had today?
It was all right. I thought it was good. Obviously it's fun to always get into Sanford Stadium, play in front of some fans. Just try to go out there and have fun. Try to be excited for the guys when good things happen, and try to see the offense and see what we're capable of. We have a few transfers in there, a few new guys. Try to get them the ball, see what kind of plays they can make. So obviously, like I've said, excited to continue to roll and learn off of this.
It's been a long time since you threw 2 picks in a day.
Yeah, probably. Shoot, I don't really count the first one because it got batted. But second one was on me. I thought he was going to do something different, and I came back, didn't even really look at it, threw it. It wasn't the guy that I thought was in there. But 2 picks happened, so it doesn't really matter.
What were your thoughts on the two?
Guys who's been in college ball now for this is your 5th year coming in. So much has changed, COVID, and then now now. What did we learn along the way that 5 years?
I could sit here and talk to you for an hour about that.
Go ahead.
But I'll try to give you the shortened version. I think the biggest thing is just understanding that it takes time to get to the point where we're going to be at the season, if that makes any sense. Throughout the January, February, March, there's so much that goes into it. There's so much practice, so much time, so many hours that we spend together as a team that that final product that we see at the very end of the year, it takes time and practice, and this is just one of the stepping stones, and we're going to continue that through the summer and then into the fall. But super excited to see where this team can go.
Is it difficult to be patient during that process?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the hardest part?
I think you just said it, is being patient and trying not to look forward to those moments to the games, because that's the best part. That's the most fun, is the games every single Saturday, getting to go out there and perform in front of the fans, play with your guys, but coming in each and every day, going to work and being present in the moment, not looking at things that have happened, not looking too far into the future of the things that you want to happen, but being present, coming in each and every day and work. And I think that's something that our team has done really well this year.
Carson, what do you make of the depth at this wide receiver spot? Like, I don't know if Anthony Evans' names gets mentioned a lot because so many, transfers have come in. How many weapons do you have on the outside?
A lot, and obviously that makes my job a lot easier. Super excited to see what those guys are able to do as we, continue through. But a lot of guys made some really good plays out there on, both sides of the ball, but especially at the wide receiver room. There's so much depth that it really doesn't matter who's out there on the field. We know that, they're going to make the play, and we're confident in them.
There is a moment to follow up on the receivers. What is it like to have so many different body types? I guess you've got Colby Young, you've got Anthony Evans, Dylan Bell, having so many different guys with different skill sets in that realm. What is that like?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that we can attack a defense, but that obviously helps us as an offense immensely. And there's so many different guys that are going to make plays, and the good thing about it is all of them are very selfless. So they're going to go out there, they're going to give their 100% each play that they're out there, and they're going to be happy for the next guy if they're not the one that makes a play, because they know the next time around the ball might be coming into them and they got to do it. So, but it definitely helps me a lot to have a lot of guys that are very talented.
Carson, what was the difference in the second half? You looked charged up when you came back out there. It looked like a different offense almost.
Yeah, I don't know. We towards the end of the first half, we were a little slow, a little sluggish. I don't know what it was. You know, it happens sometimes. It's not about what you do; it's how you bounce back from things. I thought towards the end we started to pick it up a little bit. Pick up the pace, and all it was really a mindset thing for us.
I think the second quarter.